Punch TV out of my mama have channel you so make sure say and then the first time I do her channel you and just subscribe and my like share we will so be job adventure our comment section or edit the Punch TV the about man yourself the and say them back and them for and say story be about social media and so say agent ye abusuan for mon come home my uncle story na embra ye buy the emunche mu na ebebrem.
He said they know what is coming. Do you have a petition against Afenyo Markins?
I personally?
No. Has a petition been submitted to the oral preparatory team?
No, Chana, you see, those are operational issues. Okay, I don't discuss specific issues or operational issues, both at the strategic level and at any level. But I'm telling you, how can anybody say that this is illegal? It is because they know that all the things that they have been doing, the public know about it. All the wealth that they have illegally amassed. There are masons who work on the site. They are site supervisors. There are banks that transferred money. They know that the public is the most important part of exposing them. That is why they are saying that President Mohammed's interface with the public in dealing with returning the loot is illegal. But if we all kept quiet and did nothing, that is legal. But I just told you something, that when you hear somebody crying very loud, okay, there's something. There's always something. There is a reason why you are crying very loud. Because nobody cries when he's happy. So if somebody is crying very loud, it means that there's something underneath. As for me, I have been given a very simple assignment by the President of the Republic. He says that, Raymond, I intend to roll out this policy. But I recognize that the public know more than everybody else. Therefore, I am sending you to go and sit down and interface with the public and let me see what they know. Because they have been complaining that there's corruption, they've been talking about it, they've been doing all manner of things about it. So let me interface with the public because they have elected me and endorsed my manifesto, so that I can hear what the public have to say and what they know about what has gone on. Then somebody is crying, Ajay, it's illegal, Ajay. And I'm saying that nobody, when you win the lottery, do you cry? You laugh. Okay? It is only when something bad happens to you that you cry. So I will leave you with that. They are crying because something bad is happening to what they have done. Something bad is about to happen. And that is why they are crying. All the statements about Aura, about the president, this is not going anywhere. Okay, why? You are the president's opponent. If one of his key achievements is going nowhere, you should be laughing loud so that everybody will hear. Why are you crying? You're crying so that the president will be saved, that the NDC will come back in power after 4 years. No, you don't want the NDC to come back. They are doing something that is about to fail. You should be the first person to be happy. Why are you crying so loud? You only cry so loud when you are in pain. When something bad is happening to you. And it looks to me that something very bad is happening to them. What we know, what we will do, you will hear. We are all in this country together. President Mahama, you see, and let me say something. Some people actually think that the president came up with oral in 2024, okay, and therefore doesn't know what he's talking about. This man started this way back 2019. He knows what he's talking about, and he knows what he knows. that is what I would like to tell you. If they are sitting down thinking that, oh, what the public is going to bring to President Mahama is the only thing he knows, they should wait. Okay? They should wait.
I
So
see.
I'm not going to talk about anything specific, but I'll leave you with this, that you see the way the president consistently tell you that he will deal with the looting, the Ashantis have a saying that so the Fɛär force or the Buba Doboa, not the nice Bakoso. Okay? So our president did not sit down in 2020 and think, oh, this will be a great political idea. No. This is something he started working on way back 2019. If 2020 had happened, you would have seen it. And he believed in it so much that even when 2020 didn't happen, he now made it a part of his campaign. That is how serious the man is. So they should sit down there and joke, tickle themselves and laugh and think that this is one. I heard one of the very top people say that, oh, you people should have patience because when we came, we also said the same thing. We couldn't find anything. Look at what has happened. Even one case, he went 8 years. I'm telling you, one case will not go 8 years. So now, believe me, you know a few things. Okay, you know a few things. One will not go a few years. That thing they were doing, calling it witch hunting, they call it investigation. That's not what we are doing. What the government intends to do is a proper, impartial, consistent, and elaborate investigation. And I like the work to show. I think for me, that's where my passion is. I want the work to show what will be unearthed. Not to talk about what to do, because at the end of the day, that's the talk. The work will show what has gone on. And like I said, given the chance to talk tough and act tough, I rather would choose the latter, because that's where the action really is. Talk, they say, is cheap. So I can tell you that the president knows what he knows. And this is not one of those fanciful ideas that they came, zero tolerance for corruption, didn't happen. Announced principle, it didn't happen. So they are thinking that it is one of the lies they told themselves that they believed, that they told the nation, that the president is probably doing the same thing. Is every time they come to government, they promise they will crack down on corruption, and they don't. They rather elevate it. From Kufuor's time to Nanado's time, that is all they do with slogans. Zero tolerance, then there's zero delivery. Announced principle, then announced principle rather catch them. So they think that the president is the same as them. Hello, good morning, Senator.
Obi, how are you?
I'm good.
Well, tell us what about the validation tour of the oral preparatory team yesterday. Exactly, which places did you go to? What were they checking for?
Okay, so Senator, yesterday, like you said, the oral team embarked on a tour yesterday just to validate most of the petitions that they said they have received from citizens of Ghana who have petitioned them concerning some of their subsidies that they claim that some individuals who are politically exposed have taken over. So the oral team yesterday decided to go on the tour just to validate, just to see for themselves as to whether the petitions that they've received are actually true or not. So exactly that's what happened yesterday. So yesterday they started the tour with the Agri-mechanization Center, which is located at Cantonment here in Accra. And then from there they moved to the NVTI land site, also at Cantonment. And then the later one, they moved to the AU village land at the Wireless. And then they also moved to the Northern Development Authority land, which is also close to the American Embassy, that area. And then they also ended at the CSIR bungalows that have been allocated to staff of the CSIR, that's the scientists. They've been given state bungalow to live in. It is around the East Cantonment area. So those are the areas that they went to. So if I can quickly take you through some of the observations that we, the media, will
Great. One place after the other.
Okay.
Exactly what you observed.
So let's start with the Agri-mechanization lands at Cantonment. Yesterday, when we got there, we realized that the entire place has been abandoned. And when you watch most of the buildings that are there, the roofings and their doors, all of them have been removed. And most of their equipment that they used to work with, that site is a site where government stores most of the agri equipment that arrive from outside, and then government will distribute to the various districts so that they'll be given to the farmers, and then they also keep fertilizers and most of this farm produce at that particular site. And when we got there, most of this equipment, some of them had been destroyed. Vital documents, data that concerns most of these equipment that have been imported, most of them had either been destroyed or some of them had been exposed to the weather. And these are vital documents that anybody who wants to investigate the conduct of that particular facility would have to go through these documents. And all these documents had been destroyed. So when we asked the few workers that we met at the site, some of them told us that they have been told to vacate that particular premises. We were told that about 3,000 workers used to work in that site, and all of them have been told to vacate that premises. So as we speak at the moment, all the 3,000 workers don't have offices to go and sit and work in. So eventually, they are at home as we speak at the moment. So that's what we saw at the Agri-mechanization land.
Okay, so before you move on to the next side, are you saying that these people were being forcefully ejected? Because I'm wondering how the documents got destroyed. Who destroyed these documents? What did they tell you about how these documents got destroyed?
So, Sana, if you visit the site, the roofings of the buildings and their doors had been removed. So the documents which were in the building have been exposed to the mercy of the weather. And after when it rains, the rains destroy most of these documents. And some of them too have been burnt. And we were told that they were forcefully asked to leave the area because that particular facility has been sold to a private developer who was coming in to demolish the entire building and then put up apartments in that particular area. So that is what happened at the Agri-mechanization land. So so at the back of the Agri-mechanization land, there's a fence wall around it. At the back of that particular site is the NVTI project, the one I heard you talk about. So the NVTI project, it was a project that we were told that sword was cut, and they invited the Ghana chiefs, and so many people were there to witness that particular event. It was a site to build school projects for the NVTI so that Ghanaian citizens could go there and learn handiworks. And when we visited the site yesterday, the site had been sold to private developers, and we saw buildings, apartments being erected on those lands. And when we inquire from the workers who were working there, on one side, we were told that some of the buildings are owned by Professor Abdullah Jinapo. He is a biological brother of the former Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, which is Abu Jinapo. So we were told that he owns part of those apartments that are being erected. And then on the other side, we also saw a very huge, beautiful edifice, which is almost near completion. And the workers who were working there also told us that allegedly they said that building is owned by the former Vice President of Ghana, Dr. Alhaji Baomi, and that's what we were told, that he owns that particular building. So the ORA team decided that they were going to further investigate it and find out whether indeed truly he owns that particular facility. So for now, it remains allegation. That is what the workers told us. So we also decided to report as the workers also told us. So from there, then they moved. The ORA team moved to the offices of the Northern Development Authority, the NDA office. It's at Cantonment. It is close to the American Embassy area. This is a facility that houses the Northern Development Authority. We were told that some time ago it was used by the the National Constitution Authority people. So this facility has a very huge land, and we're told that a private individual, a politically exposed person, has decided to divide the land into two, erected a very thick wall, and he has even put a metal gate on it, and he has decided to acquire half of the land for his own private development, which according to the ORA team, it is inappropriate because that entire land belongs to the state. So we were told by the ORA team that they were going to get in touch with the national security to break that particular wall. This morning, Senna, I am reporting to you that I am reliably informed that yesterday, somewhere in the afternoon, the national security were in that particular site to break that particular wall. So we were told that that wall has been brought down as we speak at the moment. So that happened at the Northern Development Authority office at Cantonment near the American Embassy area. So from there, they will proceed to the AU Village land. AU Village land is at the La Wireless. When we got there, the chairman of the oral committee, General Samuel Okujetu Ablakwa, briefed the media and said that that particular land used to be owned by the state, and a portion of this was owned by our traditional authorities, that is our chiefs. But later on, government decided to take portion of it, and somewhere during the regime of our former president, Akufo-Addo, the chairman of the oral team told the media team that the government decided to allocate portion of the land to National Party executives of the New Patriotic Party, also to the former ministers of the past administration. So when we visited the site, we saw various apartments being erected on those lands, and most of them are at various stages of completion. And the oral team told the media that even though they sold the land to NPP national executives and former ministers, they sold them at a very low price, at a very cheap price, a price that even a land in a village, you struggle to even buy that land with that particular price. And yet they were giving that land at Wireless to buy at that particular cheap price. So they said they were going to investigate into that particular building. So the last place that we visited yesterday was at the East Cantonment area, where more than 10 bungalows belonging to the state that has been given to staff of CSIR, scientists in this country, they have been asked to vacate those particular bungalows because according to information that they received, those bungalows have been sold to a private developer, and that they were given eviction letter to vacate from that particular premises. So when we got there, some of them had already vacated. Others were also in the process of vacating from that particular bungalow. So it is also a petition that that the ORA team said they received from some of the scientists, that this is what they've been told to vacate from those premises, and that they do not understand why they are working for the state, and the state will sell their bungalows without giving them accommodation. So the ORA team said they were going to investigate into it, and then they will report to the president, and then the president will take action about their report. So, Senator, in brief, this is what happened yesterday.
So, most of the lands you visited yesterday were lands located within cantonments and La.
Yes, cantonments and La, and then we went to Laboni.
Interesting. Kofi, thank you very much for that vivid report.
The Punch TV adofo no mema makwa aba channel yi so make sure say na first time I dey channel yi na just subscribe and the amay no like no share we so be jawa dwen chire e comment section ho e dey amay